Hey guys. Today I'll be showcasing all the bloodlines in this game, as of right now. So, let's get straight into it. Let me equip the first 3 bloodlines, Jokei, Crystal, and Particle style. First, I'll be showing Jokei, or Byakugan, which is the real name. So this bloodline has a rarity of 1 out of 100. So it's pretty rare. It's the I bloodline, which the Hyuga clan has in the Naruto anime. It's pretty good and has defensive moves as well as attacking moves. But there is another bloodline called the Golden Jokei, which is basically this, but better stats and moves. Let's see this in action. It has 2 modes as well, which I will show shortly. As you can see, the skill moves are really good. It deals a lot of damage as well. So basically, this bloodline's moveset revolves around close-ranged attacks, multi-hits, high damage, and draining Kai. Next up, we have Crystal. Crystal is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/6. Crystal's moveset revolves around damaging and stunning enemies. Now you may already know about this bloodline, as it is one of the most common ones out there. But is it really that bad? Surprisingly not. I mean, according to me, the style and animations are very good. It packs some good damage as well, if not the best. It's actually better and usable than some other bloodlines like Mud or Wood. If you are a beginner and you don't have a lot of spins, this might be okay to use for starters. No modes for this bloodline, and therefore no boosts, so keep that in mind. The next bloodline is Particle style. Atomic is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/40. Atomic's moveset revolves around damaging and stunning enemies. Basically the same as Crystal, but a bit rarer and better damage. If you are a fan of Oniki in the Naruto anime, go for this. If not, then there are much better bloodlines out there. As you see on the screen, these are the moves this bloodline has. No modes, so no boosts. Next up are Explosion, Gold Sand, and Ice bloodlines. We will start off with Explosion. Explosion is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/6. Explosion's moveset revolves around area of effect damage through explosions and all require no hand signs. Therefore, it is very fast to use the moves and actually really helpful in PvP situations. But then again, this is not one of the best bloodlines, but considering its rarity, it's not that bad and easy to get. Next up is Gold Sand. Gold Sand is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/60. Gold Sand's moveset revolves around area of effect damage and slowing enemies. It's not that common and slightly better than normal sand in my opinion. Not one of the best ones out there, but it's not that bad. No modes, so no boosts. Next up, we have the Ice bloodline. Ice is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/6. Ice's moveset revolves around area of effect damage and stunning enemies with ice. The Glacier bloodline is considered a superior clan bloodline variation of Ice. I'll show that later on. This bloodline is very common and kind of bad in my opinion. The animations are similar to Crystal. But the damage is not that good. You are better off with other bloodlines. No modes for this bloodline, so no boosts again. Next up, we got Iron Sand, Lava, and Mud. Now, this batch is really good. Especially Iron Sand and Lava. Let's start off with Iron Sand. Apollo Sand is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/50. Apollo Sand's moveset revolves around area of effect damage. But this bloodline has a mode as well. And it's really good. I like the animations and style, as well as the damage dealt. The moves are good too. Considering this bloodline is not that rare as some other bloodlines, it's one of the best bloodlines to start off with. You should be able to get this bloodline relatively easily. Now, we have the Lava bloodline. Lava is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/40. Lava's moveset revolves around area of effect and burning damage. Guess what? This is one of the best bloodlines to fight tailed beasts or bosses, as it has an area of effect damage as well as burning effect. Many high-level players use this bloodline to fight tailed beasts. It is really useful in war mode as well. to fight multiple enemies at once. But keep in mind that it doesn't have a mode, so you will have to rely on another bloodline for modes or boosts. Overall, a good bloodline. Next up is the Mud bloodline. Mud is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/6. Mud's moveset revolves around area of effect damage. This bloodline needs no introduction. It's a meme at this point. It doesn't have a mode, but its damage is average. It's one of the most common bloodlines, so just spin this one, it's not worth it. You are better off with another bloodline. Next up, we have Sand, Scorch, and Akuma, or Sharingan. First off, let's start with Sand. Sand is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/35. Sand's moveset revolves around area of effect damage and stunning enemies. It has a really good flying move which I like. Apart from that, I think Iron Sand is better. This bloodline has a mode as well, so you will have some boosts. If you want to fly on a cloud of sand, then this bloodline is for you. Not really good for combat. Next up, we have the Scorch style. It's pretty bad. Probably one of the worst bloodlines in the game, in terms of combat. But it does look cool. Scorch is an elemental bloodline with a rarity of 1/32. Scorch's moveset revolves around dealing burn damage and ranged attacks. You have to use all of the 3 Scorch moves to make them useful. Without the first move, the other 2 movesets are useless. So I don't recommend this bloodline at all, as it takes up all your 3 move slots for bloodline. Next, we have our first Sharingan bloodline. The Akuma, or normal Sharingan. It's the worst of all the Sharingan bloodlines, but you know, it's better than many non-eye bloodlines, like Scorch or Mud, or Wood. The list goes on. Akuma is an eye bloodline with a rarity of 1/75. Akuma's moveset revolves around stunning and dodging attacks. It has 7 different Susanoo stages, yes 7 different stages. That's a lot. Its final mode form has a perfect Susanoo. Its attacks are good as well. But like I said, the other Sharingan bloodlines are better than this one. And that's it for part 1 of this video. This batch of bloodlines was good, but the next batch will be even better, with many overpowered bloodlines to show off. Leave a like on this video if you want to see part 2. Let's aim for 500 likes. Also, let me know in the comment which bloodlines you have and which bloodlines you want. I'll see you soon in another video. Peace.